What's going on? Franchise Guy here, and it is the moment you've all been waiting for. The recruits. Your submitted recruits are done. They are here. They are being created. This one right here, this is Gabe Capps, running back out of Lincoln, Nebraska. So he is going to be in the game. Thank you so much for the submission. Gabe Capps. So there you go. You can see his ratings there. If you need to pause at any point in this video, you can. I think everyone except Gabe Capps is actually sped up. But there you go. You can see he would be a 66 overall to start with. Then we have Sean Strong is our second recruit. And Sean Strong is a left guard from Concordia, Kansas. That's northern Kansas. He's 6'7", 310. Very strong player, good pass blocker. He's slow. You would kind of expect that from a guard, though. And he's going to go ahead and be a 69 overall. That was submitted by Madden Steelers fan. Thank you so much. Gabe Capps was submitted by Swagmaster79. So, thank you, Swagmaster79, for that submission. Gabe Capps is from Lincoln, Nebraska, 5'8", 172, agile with a good juke move, not a trucker. So those are those two players there. Let's go ahead and see who the next player is going to be here. It's Bob Eckstrom. So Bob Eckstrom is going to be also from Lincoln, Nebraska, and he is going to be a 5'11" defensive end. So not a lot of size on Bob Eckstrom there. 5'11", 263. He is fast, but he is weak and dumb. That one also submitted by Madden Steelers fan. Thank you so much for that submission. He is going to end up being a 70 overall here. But along with Bob Eckstrom is going to come his brother. So we have Bob Eckstrom here. There we go. 70 overall. And we have his brother Drew Eckstrom. So Drew Eckstrom, defensive tackle. And he's going to be 6'7", 315. He is also going to be from Lincoln, Nebraska. And as we get our attributes here, he is very strong, very smart, with very minimal speed. That also submitted by Madden Steelers fan. He's going to turn around when all is said and done here. We'll give him some mediocre tackling, some strong hit power and power moves, since he is strong and has a lot of power to him. We'll give him very low stamina, but a great injury. And he's going to end up being a 79. Next recruit we have here is Patrick Mccall, submitted by Patrick Mccall. Thank you so much. Patrick Mccall is going to be from McCandless, Pennsylvania. And he is a wide receiver, 6'3", 210 pounds. His strengths are his hands, and his weaknesses are his speed. So Patrick Mccall, when all said and done here, though, is going to end up being a 78 overall recruit, but slow, 84 speed, not a lot of agility. Got 90 excel we gave him just to give him a little tiny bit of wide receiver speed. I mean, we don't want him to be the slowest dude ever, but we made sure that this man kept the ball. Yeah, everything. Catching in traffic, spec catch, catching. Mediocre route running, good jumping though. So definitely a red zone threat wide receiver or possession type wide receiver. We'll give him a bunch of stamina and injury, and there you go. We actually had to nerf him a little bit. It was a little bit too high for my liking, but so he ends up going to 81 speed, even slower. Again, that was his big weakness, so that's what we did. Next recruit here is Freddy Mercury. Freddy Mercury is going to be a middle linebacker from St. John's, Arizona. He's 6'3", 225 pounds. He is fast and a sure tackler. That was submitted by Cheddar Jags. Thanks a lot, bro. So he's fast and a sure tackler, so we'll make sure he definitely can tackle. 93 tackling. We'll give him a tiny bit of hit power and a little tiny bit of moves. But the pursuit and the tackling have to go all the way up. That is what he's going to be known for, and he is going to end up being a 73 overall when all is said and done. Next recruit we have here is Quinn Wildfire. So, Quinn Wildfire, crazy name. Also submitted by Cheddar Jags, thanks a lot, man. Is a defensive tackle from Hanover Park, Illinois. 6'3", 345. He is going to be a strong and aware defensive tackle. So I gave him his strength. Didn't give him much speed or acceleration, really. Gave him a ton of give him a little bit of tackling, a lot of hit power, some power moves. Just gave him the strength aspects that he should have at defensive tackle. And, yeah, that looks good. So Quinn Wildfire is actually an 82 when all is said and done. One of the few 5-star recruits. Darnell Greenwood is our next recruit, and he is going to be from Pea Ridge, West Virginia. He was also submitted by Cheddar Jags. 6'2", 185 pounds. A fast show-off. So I made him extremely fast, but took his awareness down just because there's really no other way to give him a show-off unless I give him a ton of juke and spin move, which is what I gave him as well. Didn't want to give him a ton of catching, though. But when all is said and done, Darnell Greenwood from Pea Ridge, West Virginia, is going to be a 73 overall. I believe I might have nerfed him at the end here as well. No, I left him as a 73. Okay, so the next recruit is Campbell Jones. Now, Campbell Jones is a left tackle, and he is from Greenfield, Wisconsin. Okay, and he was also submitted by Cheddar Jags. I believe that's the last Cheddar Jag recruit. He is 6'5", 280 pounds. Strong, smart, and agile. That is a lot to put in there. So we gave him strong. We gave him pretty good agility, 84. And I make him strong and smart, so that's what we did. We made him not much of a blocker, though. So that he is going to have to learn to do. Alright, next recruit, and when all says and done, he is a 70. So we have Chariot O'Reilly, probably one of my favorite recruits submitted by you guys. This one was submitted by Eagle Ninja SK. Thanks a lot for that, Eagle. 6', 242 fullback from Washington, D.C. I don't believe he put a town in there. If you guys didn't put a town, I randomized it. So it was whatever it ended up being. So he is going to be from Washington, D.C., and he wanted a speedy fullback. So not very specific otherwise, but I pretty much made him a pretty decent all-around fullback. Blocking, receiving, running, but I gave him speed. So he has a ton of speed with that 6', 242 frame. So for a fullback, he's like in the high 80s, 87. Alright, so the next recruit submitted by you guys was Abraham Bam. So Abraham Bam was submitted by Llama. Thanks a lot, Llama. He is a right outside linebacker from Hudson, New Hampshire. 6'1", 230. And the only thing that was said there was a nightmare to teams. So, nightmare to teams, I I gave him one of the better ratings. He ended up being at an 82 overall. When all is said and done, we just kind of gave him pretty much an all-around view of what an outside linebacker should be able to do. Let's see. Again, guys, if you need to pause at any point to see your guy, go ahead and do that. Jackson Wheeler. Jackson Wheeler is a left outside linebacker from Abilene, Texas. And he is 5'9", 195. So a little undersized for a linebacker. But he's got the skills necessary. And this was submitted by Alex Timmons. Thank you, Alex. He is a run stopper with decent zone, but he is not a pass rusher, and you can tell that that would be the case from his small frame. So definitely not a pass rusher, more of a cover linebacker. So that's what we made him. Then we have Malik Dupree. Malik Dupree was submitted by Nick Lee. He said that this was Malachi Dupree's brother. He is going to be from Sherwood, Arkansas. A running back, 6'2", 225, runs a 4.42, a strong runner, but he cannot make catches out of the backfield. So we made sure to not give him a ton of catches, but he's a strong runner. We gave him pretty much middling in most things, but he can't catch. 50s in catching. When all is said and done, though, Dupree is still going to end up being a 78 at running back. Next recruit we get here is Victor Hartman. Victor Hartman was submitted by Lagos Boy. Thank you so much, Lagos Boy, for that. Victor Hartman is a quarterback from Columbus, Ohio. 6'4", 221, a scrambler with a visor. So that is what was requested. So we gave him his visor, made him a pretty decent scrambling quarterback, and when all is said and done, he will be a 71 overall quarterback. Initially, we would try to recruit him, but we would have to drop out. Charlie Jones is a wide receiver. He is the first of the Jones triplets. So Charlie Jones is going to be from Uniondale, New York. It was submitted by, let me see here, submitted by Reese the King. So Reese the King had submitted a group of triplets here that he wanted from Hofstra, but there is no Hofstra in NCAA 14 as an option for a town. So I picked whatever was the closest town to Hofstra, which would either be Hempstead or Uniondale. So we went with Uniondale. So these three guys are going to be from Uniondale. He's 6'3", 212. Catching, good jumping, and good speed. All of these are a group of white triplets. Most of them with gloves and high socks. So Charlie would end up being a 75 overall. Then we would move on to Ryan Jones. Ryan Jones would be the quarterback of the bunch. Ryan Jones, again, from Uniondale, New York. Second triplet, 6'1", 202. Good accuracy, speed, and throwing power. So that's kind of tough. That's like everything that a quarterback would need. So we had to nerf some other things on Ryan Jones. So I'm not going to be the most aware person in the world. Let's see here. Ryan Jones is going to end up being a 74 overall at quarterback. Then we have Jackson Jones. And Jackson Jones, the final triplet, he's the running back of the bunch. 6'2", 222. Good trucking, good juking, and good spin. That left off speed, so that is what we had to sacrifice in order to pretty much keep his rating somewhat realistic. So we gave him 82 speed. Once I got the hang of this, I started running through these guys pretty quickly. It it did take a while to make this, so if you guys are enjoying this, please hit the like button. I know this is a little bit long of a video, but I wanted to put everything encompassed into one, so this is a big episode for you guys. Yeah, and when all was said and done, Jones would end up being a 70 overall. So then we have John Kofi, submitted by my dude Pride. John Kofi is a corner from Detroit, Michigan, 6 foot 180, and the only stipulation was that he was speedy. So we made him a pretty speedy corner. We made him cover some. I believe I nerfed some of his ratings or something, but he was a 73 overall. That's not too bad. And then we had Jake Pride, also submitted by Pride, which would be John Kofi's rival, also from Detroit, Michigan. And Jake Pride is a wide receiver, 6 foot 190, and also speedy. So 2 speedy players. Jake Pride, I think I got a little carried away at some point here. But when all said and done, he's going to end up being a 79 overall. Alright, so he's listed at 79 overall. Then we have Quadwo Ashampong. So Quadwo is going to be a defensive tackle from Woodbridge, Virginia. So he is 6'2", 292 pounds. The only stipulation was that he had black skin and he was a pass rusher with speed being his cons. So we didn't give him a ton of speed, but we made him a very nice pass rusher. And he would actually end up being a 77 overall when all was said and done. Let's see. 77 overall. Then we had Vasu Sharma, submitted by Vasu Sharma. My dude Vasu, he wanted to be a quarterback from Braintree, Massachusetts, 5'10", 188. So that is what we gave him exactly. 5'10", 188. Accuracy and mobility were his strengths, and throwing power and fumbling were his weaknesses. So there we go. We made him a mobile, accurate quarterback with some throwing power and some fumbling as negatives. And he would be a 77 overall, so pretty good player. Then we had William Fitzpatrick. That was submitted again by Lagos Boy. Thank you. William Fitzpatrick's a left tackle from Riverton, Utah, at 6'5", 312. He is an aggressive run blocker, but he is undisciplined and a bad pass blocker. So we made him not even in the 70s in pass blocking, but super run blocking. And basically, he ended up being a 73 overall, so that's pretty good. Then we have Kenneth Papillon, if I'm saying that correctly. But I just like the way that sounds. Papillon. He is a strong safety from Alvin, Texas. I don't believe they had the town he wanted to be from, so I picked the closest one. 6 foot, 200 pounds, a hard hitter with good zone coverage. However, he just has okay man coverage and not really good block shedding at all. And he wanted gloves and a visor. That's exactly what we gave him. But he does have some decent speed, which is something that I wanted. And let's see, we gave him text messages. Anyway, lastly, we have Ballmer Gepard. And Ballmer Gepard is a free safety from Kent, Washington. And he is 5'10", 205. A very smart and instinctive player with very good pass deflecting skills. So he has very good ball skills, but he does lack top speed and strength. So he's not going to be a hard hitter. He's not going to be super fast. But he is instinctive and quick to the ball. So we gave him some very good play recognition, some very good awareness, just not really great on any pass rushing or anything of that nature. But he would end up being a 76 overall. So there you have it. There's all your guys. We're looking here at the team needs real fast. Team needs for Villanova. We need a few things on defense. Definitely safeties. And, of course, linebackers. And we are going to need a punter as well. That's kind of annoying to need those things. We also need a kicker, which is, again, annoying. But we also need a fullback and a center. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that fullback, but I'm just going through. This is going to be really fast. I have this sped up, just showing you some of the scouting that I did. If I found any busts, I just remove them immediately. We do not want to be scouting busts and putting points into busts at all. So I went through all of what I could, and we actually had a pretty decent amount of decent players. But I did remove guys that I don't want to be associated with going after. So let's see. All right, now we're going to give you a quick overrun of the starting Villanova things here. They have an A in academic prestige. They are very well known for very good academics. An A- in program tradition. That carries over from their Division II. B+ in TV exposure. So they do plan on getting on TV, especially the Temple game, Penn State. They plan on getting on TV. Campus lifestyle is a B+, so very nice campus, very beautiful place to be. Conference prestige, only a B-, being in the American. A B- for pro potential, as they did have Tano Pasagnan go pro. And in the second round as well. So athletic facilities are only a C. That needs to be improved. They don't have the best stadium. Coach stability, only a D+. This is his first year, so we can't really give him anything better than that. D- in coach prestige. Again, his first year, never coached before. Championship contender, a D-. They don't expect to be in anything for a little while. And then stadium atmosphere is only a D-, as not a lot of people come to the games, to be honest. So now, as you see, we're going to go real quick through week 1 recruiting, trying to scout the rest of these players that I have not scouted from the preseason, and just see kind of what we have. Maybe remove some guys, get some new ones in there if need be. Just trying to get a good overview and see if it's any good or not. Let's see. Caleb Liston could be our kicker. Unfortunately, he's a minus prospect, but we'll see if we can bring him in. Definitely want to bring in some linemen. So, yeah, there you go. Here's like an overview of pretty much the guys that we're putting points into and the guys that we actually, would like to bring in. Andrew Brown's a guy I really want, and we've got a good lead on him, so that's pretty nice. We definitely want Cook. He'd be a nice middle linebacker for us. I really want Chariot O'Reilly. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get him, so we're gonna back out of this. I don't think we're going to be able to grab Chariot O'Reilly. Don't really have any lock picks at the moment, and I'm probably not going to use that first, to be honest with you. So we will just go ahead and get through some more of these guys here. All right, yeah, so these are pretty much the guys that we really want. All right, so this is you guys and who is recruiting you. There's Quadwo. Quadwo looks like anyone could get him, and we're gonna try. Let's see. Abraham Bam looks like Penn State, USC, and Notre Dame are the three front runners there. That's going to be close, depending on visits. It's going to depend on visits for him. But interesting, from New Hampshire, and he's going to go to Penn State. So I guess that probably is the biggest school closest to him. Gabe Capps looks like a battle between Colorado State, Iowa, Air Force, maybe Kansas State, Minnesota, Nebraska. They could all get in on it. Surprised Nebraska's not going more heavily after him, since he's from Lincoln, Nebraska, but whatever. Nothing you can really do about that. Then you have Malik Dupree. We're trying to get him, but you also see Georgia Tech, Wisconsin, Oregon, Arizona, LSU, and Kansas as well. So Malik could go where Malachi went. Now we have Drew Eckstrom. Drew Eckstrom looks like he's going to go to Nebraska or Kansas State, but he may go to Nebraska here. That might be that would probably make Madden Steelers fan really happy. But Bob Eckstrom, Nebraska's not even in the running, so it looks like he's going to go to Cincinnati. They have a pretty big lead there, and they are the only one that have offered a scholarship, so he'll probably end up there. We got Fitzpatrick, William Fitzpatrick here. Looks like he's going to South Carolina. But there's a small chance that Mississippi State can get him. Ballmer Gepard from Washington, and I'm surprised Washington not doing a great job recruiting him. Looks like he might go to Wisconsin. They have over 2,000 point lead. Darnell Greenwood looks like he's going to go to Navy. BYU has a small chance. The hometown, West Virginia, doesn't look like they're going to get him. Here's Victor Hartman. That looks like a for sure for BC. We have pulled out. And then another BC, looks like he's going to go to BC. Here is Jackson Jones. His brother Charlie Jones. That's a wide open race there. That's wide open. That could be anybody. Army, Syracuse, Penn State, Pitt, Villanova. I'm not sure if we're still going after him or not. Ryan Jones, the third triplet. Syracuse, Marshall, West Virginia, NC State, Indiana. All possible. Campbell Jones, no relation. Wisconsin, Oklahoma State, Northwestern, Michigan, maybe even Villanova. We are recruiting him. We're trying to bring him in. Then you have John Kofi. Looks like he's going to go to Minnesota. I mean, Michigan's got a chance. Michigan State's not really heavily recruiting him. It's going to be between Michigan and Minnesota. And then Patrick Mccall. That's pretty much a slam dunk for Auburn. He should probably commit within the next couple weeks. Freddy Mercury looks like he's going to be an Army commit. That looks like that for sure. Then you have Chariot O'Reilly. Looks like he's going to go to Pitt. Could be Pitt, could be Alabama. Then we have Kenneth Papillon. Not really a lot of people going after him too heavily, but Ohio State, USC, and Michigan are the three leaders, with Miami and Auburn having a chance as well. So that's pretty interesting. I think we're going to get in there too. Jake Pride looks like he's going to go to Clemson or West Virginia. Those are pretty much the only two. They're offering him scholarships, and they have big leads. Then you have Vasu Sharma. Not a lot of people going after Vasu. Oklahoma, Texas, Florida State, USC, Clemson, Nebraska. We're going to get in there as well, considering. Then you have Sean Strong. Looks like close to a slam dunk for Oregon State. They haven't even offered a scholarship yet. But Washington State, I guess, is a dark horse if they have offered him a scholarship. Then you have Wheeler. Jackson Wheeler looks like a Vanderbilt or Louisville guy, but most likely Vanderbilt. And then I think there is one more player, and it's Quinn Wildfire. Where is Quinn Wildfire set to go? Oof, three-way race, pretty big. Ball State might as well drop out, but those three teams, Northwestern, Louisville, and Notre Dame, could easily get them. All right, guys, I hope you drop a like on this video if you liked it. It was a long video for you guys. It was really tough to cut into a 30-minute video, but I was somehow able to do it. Again, guys, don't forget your submissions for the 100 sub contest that ends on the 10th. That's 3 days. You have to do that. Also, I just put a Twitter poll up trying to decide my Madden 18 team. I have 4 finalists. Asking you guys to go over there and vote on my Twitter page at FranchiseGuy88. Thank you, guys. I will see you guys on the next one.